Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, oh, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Hey, what's going on? This is Tyler with Black Diamond Softball and Fitness, and I got a brand new episode of the Foul Pole to Foul Pole Daily Show. Appreciate you guys jumping on this one, tuning in for this. All you guys that are listening on Spotify, do me a favor. Hit that like button, leave a review, and tell me what you think so far from the episodes that you've listened to. If this is your first episode and you're catching Foul Pole to Foul Pole Daily for the very first time, thank you guys for stumbling upon, or if someone has sent you the link for this, thank them for me. I appreciate you guys checking this out. I know podcasts, some people like them, some people don't care about them or whatever, but here we like to just share the good word and talk about things that may or may not be relevant to you at the moment, but they could be in the future, or you may know someone that could be going through something and you can help out, whether it's the recruiting process or going through a tryout, maybe starting a new team, switching schools, something like that. Over here, we do talk a lot about confidence, talk about overcoming fear, talk about managing our differences with different people. There's a lot that we get into over here. So every day you just don't know where the conversation is going to go. But I do know that yesterday I had the opportunity to sit in the confidence camp with Fearless Fast Pitch with Coach AB. And if you haven't checked them out, man, Fearless Fast Pitch, check them out on Facebook. You can find them fearlessfastpitch.com. Look up Coach AB. She does an amazing job with softball athletes and just people in general, help building their confidence. Giving them tools that they can sort of identify some of their trouble areas and not let it be the end of the world, not let it overcome them. So I am going to have Coach AB on next week. We're going to do a podcast episode, and we're going to sort of dive into that a little bit deeper. But yesterday, I got a chance to sit in there, and there was probably, 20 kids. Something like that. I don't know the number right off the top of my head, but she had like a 4-day camp, different sessions or whatever, and just really broke down a lot of different things for these girls. And I was able to take some notes, and I was sort of like a fly on the wall, if you will. Like I was just there to watch her and see how she was interacting, listen to the kids, listen to them, whatever they were going to say, or, having their questions or whatever. So it was really fun. But there was a couple of things that stuck out to me. And it really, if you can get someone to sort of step out of the emotion or sort of step out of the scenario that they're in, and they can take like a different viewpoint, or say, have like an outer body experience. And parents, you can, do this with your kids or coaches or whatever, but have them remove themselves from that situation real quickly, or after it's already said and done and you can talk about it right away, you can ask them things like, what were you feeling? What was your emotion? And then get them to describe the emotion so that they can understand that. And Coach AB was talking about, you either have an emotion when you strike out and you have a different emotion when you get a hit, and sort of understanding what that emotion is and really breaking it down and how you feel on the inside. So how do you sort of show that you have that emotion, and what are you feeling and what are you saying to yourself on the inside, and then kind of how that comes out. And there's a couple little things that she had mentioned about wording a certain way, instead of just saying like, I suck, or I'm frustrated, or I can't do this. You can say things, or you can teach these kids to say things like, I'm noticing that I suck at this. And it's not saying that they suck in general. It's just like, I'm noticing that I'm not good at this. And if you put those words out in front, it kind of puts it in its place to where it'll compartmentalize that so that they can break that down instead of just tearing their emotions completely down. Like, they don't just suck at life. You know, they may be frustrated because they can't get this curveball to work, or they can't throw this change up, or they can't hit an inside pitch. Like, you suck at hitting that right now, so you need to work on it. And you feel that, and you know that, and you understand that. Or it's like, I'm feeling like I'm just not doing this right. Instead of saying, I'm not doing this right, I'm feeling this. And it kind of gets them in tune with their emotions. It gets them in tune with their body and how they're feeling. So I'm going to get into that a little bit more with Coach AB. That was a huge point, but I kind of wanted to throw that out there, that she does a great job of explaining that to those athletes last night. She did a great job explaining that to the athletes last night, sort of, identifying what it is that you're struggling with. And that's one thing that, us as coaches, parents, teachers, mentors, whatever, sometimes the less we say and the more we listen, the better we can communicate with the pupils, if you will. Instead of telling them, like, when you feel something, this is what you should do to overcome it. We've got to let them kind of decide how they're going to overcome it. We can't give them like a timetable either. We can't say, okay, well, just go ahead and get rid of that emotion. Let's move on and go quick. You can't get rid of that emotion and move on quick. All right. It's like when you're mourning the loss of someone, who knows how long it takes you to get over that loss, right? So to a kid that's 10 years old, 12 years old, if they missed the game winning shot, you can't tell them to get off of it. Hey, shake it off, keep your head up, because they're not gonna shake it off. They have this feeling they just let the entire world down because that game was their world. That's all they've been practicing for. That's all they've been talking about. That's what the pep rally was for. And here I have the chance to make the game winning shot and I missed it. Or there's the bottom of the last inning. There's 2 outs, bases are loaded, and they strike out. You can't walk up to a kid and tell them to shake it off and they're going to shake it off and move on. It's just not going to happen. So we have to allow them to experience that emotion. We have to allow them to be in that moment and understand that, hey, this is a completely natural feeling that you're having. This is, it is going to shake your confidence. It is going to hurt. It's not something that's easy, and because that comes from the passion that you have. I would be more afraid if you didn't have any emotion. It was just blah, whatever, because then I would know that you weren't completely bought into whatever it is that you're doing. And then there's, something else going on. You're playing for a different reason. You're not playing for yourself. And, there's a whole nother can of worms that we're just going to leave for a different day, a different episode. But, allowing our kids to feel that emotion and work through that emotion, because as they become adults, we don't want them on medications. We don't want them seeing, doctors and this kind of stuff, because we didn't do what we could have done while they were younger to teach them to overcome these things.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
I talked to Valerie Alston quite a bit. I've had Jen Starkey on quite a bit for an episode. I talked to a lot of different people, whether it's coaches or authors or professionals, whatever. And we get it from a lot of different perspectives, but it's still that same sort of root cause of allow our kids to be kids, let them overcome obstacles, and not make it so easy on them so that one day when we're not there to make it so easy on them, they're going to be able to survive and be okay. I just talked to Mandy Baldiff not too long ago, and I got a video out here on YouTube where I pulled out a segment from our old podcast that we had shot, and I'm re-uploading that because it's so important. Us as parents, that we keep like trying to do everything for them, and we're really setting them up for failure. And it can go all the way back to when they're younger, and not letting them have emotion, not letting them cry, not letting them be sad, not letting them get upset with something or feel a certain way. We got to stop telling them how they should feel. Don't tell them it's no big deal you walk this girl. Let it be a big deal. Let her have that moment. Now, don't let her dwell in that moment and think the world is over for forever, but allow her to be upset so she can use that for fuel. Fueling her to get better, to get back in the gym, to get back out there to work. At the same time, when they do get that big hit or they do hit that game-winning shot, let them celebrate it because they've worked for that moment. As kids, how many times did you, as a kid playing basketball, count down 3, 2, 1, and you release it, and then you do that over and over, and you keep hitting that big game-winning shot? Or you're out there in the backyard and you're tossing the ball up yourself, and you tell yourself, bases loaded, it's a full count, I'm facing Roger Clemens or Nolan Ryan or whoever, and you throw it up to yourself and you hit a game-winning home run. Let them have that emotion too, because that's why we play the game, for those big-time moments when you get your opportunity, And if we don't allow them to live in that moment and to celebrate it, under control, not being cocky like you're the, some world beater, but letting them have that excitement, the tears of joy, the celebrating, the high fiving, the hugging, it's good for them. It's good for their soul, and we as parents let them know it's, you're going to have these days where everything goes right and we win, and then we're going to have these days where everything goes wrong and we lose, but we need to be somewhere in the middle. We need to be able to control our emotion. We need to understand that we can only control a couple of different things in this world, and it's our attitude and our effort. And I just had this yesterday or the day before. I was talking to my middle daughter. We still talk about attitude and effort. Talking about if you have a bad attitude for whatever, you couldn't find your T-shirt or you couldn't find your favorite pair of shoes to wear, and on the way out the door to go to school, if you have an attitude going in, you're probably not going to put too much effort in the classroom. So, our attitude controls our emotions. You think about that. Our attitude controls our emotions. And then we have our emotions controlling our effort. Say someone steals the ball from you in a basketball game and you run down there, instead of playing solid defense, you shove them, foul them. You let your emotions take over. And you don't want to do that. Or in a game, softball game, a girl slides into you hard, maybe breaks up the play. It's a bang-bang type of play. She was playing 100%, you were playing 100%. But now you're mad. You're letting your emotions get the better of you instead of staying within that game. High school games, man, they're just like college games. You can hear the animosity, the barking between dugouts and the attitudes. And, hey, man, softball's rough. You girls are crazy out there sometimes. But anyway, so getting back to shaping that confidence and feeling that emotion, like Coach AB was saying, it's okay to feel it. It's at the end of the day, you have to figure out a way for you to overcome whatever is creating this obstacle. Like, no matter what, you have to face that day. You have to face this tough pitcher. You have to face this tough lineup as a pitcher. You've got to figure out a way that you can sort of separate that emotion from that moment after you acknowledge it. And that's the thing. Moving on from it, hey, this is a part of it. The older you get, the more difficult it may seem. And, the moments, whether it's high school ball into college ball into professional ball, it seems like every situation just gets more and more weight put on it. And, you have to learn to deal with that at a younger age. And us as mentors can help them face it. As soon as they fall down, don't go scoop them up and tell them it's okay, baby. let them deal with it. All right. So that's going to do it for this episode of Foul Pole to Foul Pole Daily. If you haven't checked out our podcast yet, I'll make sure the link is down in the description on this episode, so you have that. You can search up Foul Pole to Foul Pole Wixsite, or it's foulpole2foulpole.wixsite.com. It's there. Also, check out the TikToks. Those are doing their thing. YouTube videos are out, and of course, all the stuff from Black Diamond and Foul Pole to Foul Pole are over on the Facebook page. So it's Black Diamond Softball Fitness on Facebook. Everything is linked there. You can pretty much get to anything you need to from there. So, all right, that's going to do it. Thank you guys for joining me. If you get a chance, share this with a friend. And when you do, make sure you tell them you love them.
Are you struggling to lose weight and keep it off? Tired of wasting time and money on starvation diets that lead to more frustration and stress? If there was a weight loss solution that could actually work for you, would you try it? Then head to Golo.com.
I'm Steve. I lost 138 pounds in 9 months on Golo.
I'm Amber. I've lost 128 pounds with Golo Taking Release.
If you're ready to take back control of your life, head to Golo.com now and see how Golo can work for you. That's GOLO.com.
My sleep is way better. My inflammation has gone way down. Golo saved my life. I was way overweight. That's what sent me down the path. I wanted to make sure and live for my kid.
I have literally tried everything. I was on the verge of getting gastric bypass surgery, and I saw the Golo commercial, and it was the last thing I tried because it worked.
Join over 2 million people who have found a better way to lose weight with Golo. Your healthier and happier life begins at Golo.com. That's GOLO.com. Again, GOLO.com.
Purchase new wiper blades from O'Reilly Auto Parts today and we'll install them for free. See better and drive safer with O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly